Namaste. Today is going to be a slower paced, but hopefully a quick class. So let's go ahead and get started. Find that comfortable seat to begin. Roll the shoulders back. Find a tall spine. Sit any way that's comfortable. Close the eyes. Begin to take your awareness to heart center, just to the right of the physical heart. In the yoga philosophy, they say this is where our truest nature resides, always in a state of pure bliss. We do yoga so that we may find ourselves a little bit closer to this space. That's why we hopefully feel so nice after the class. Let's bring the hands at heart center, palms to touch. And we'll open our practice with one breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Inhale, exhale. You can release the hands down onto the thighs or the knees. You can open the eyes if you wish or keep them closed. We'll just do a quick pranayama or breathing exercise just to get our life force flowing a little bit before we begin our asana, our posture practice. So we're going to do square breathing. So we're going to inhale for 4, hold the breath in for a count of 4, exhale for 4, and then retain the breath out. Go ahead and close the eyes. Breathe all the air away. Now inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath out, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Now come back to the normal rhythm of the breath. Releasing the pranayama. Slowly open the eyes and we'll come to the mat. So we're going to start in child's pose. And this pose is great because you can find this pose at any time during the practice when anything might be too much. Find child's pose. So this child pose, the 2 big toes come to touch, the knees are out as wide as the mat, drop the hips to the heels, and release the fingertips forward. So we're in an active child's pose, so our elbows are off the mat. Release the forehead down. Close the eyes and take your attention to the breath. Feel the belly drop down towards the mat. Maybe feel your back ribs expand as you inhale. And feel everything contract as you exhale. Now lift the head, lift the hips slightly, and we'll trace the nose along the front of the mat, preparing for cobra. Bring the toes together, press into the tops of the feet. The hands are by the chest, under the shoulders, pull the elbows into the side body, and we'll inhale. Find your limit. Maybe you have a baby cobra here. Maybe you're somewhere in between. Make sure the pelvic bone is on the mat. Gaze forward or up if the neck allows it. Opening up the throat chakra. And exhale, back down. Inhale, find table. Knees directly underneath the hips and the hands are under the shoulders. The toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever your preference. We'll move through a few cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head and tilt the hips up. Exhale, round the spine, drop the head. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. One more, inhale, cow. And exhale, round the spine. If the toes are not tucked, tuck the toes, come back to a neutral spine, and then we'll begin to lift the knees and lift the hips for downward facing dog. If down dog is not in your practice, just stay right in tabletop. So we're lifting the hips, stretching the back. The head releases between the biceps, and we press the chest back towards the knees. So we can bend the knees here, bend them as much as you need to. And once the body feels more stretched, you can begin to straighten the legs and pull the heels to the mat. As you inhale, slowly walk to the front of the mat. We'll find Uttanasana, forward fold. Chest to the thighs. The hands can stay on the mat. If you have books or blocks, you can use them here. Release the head, shake the head yes. Shake the head no. And then find stillness. 2 breaths here. If you have more flexibility in the low back and hamstrings, begin to lift the hips. Bring the hands together. We'll rise up with a flat back. Lift the arms overhead. Hands come down to heart center. We're going to move through one sun salutation. So lift the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot back, drop the right knee, and open the chest. Ashvasana Shalanasana. Palms come to the mat, find plank or modified plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Ashtanga Namaskara. Pull the elbows in, the hips are up. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Stretch the back. Now inhale, right foot comes forward. If the right foot doesn't make it there, you can use your hand to bring it forward. Drop the left knee, heart opens forward. Left foot meets the right, Uttanasana. Palms together, inhale, rise up. Exhale, Pranayama. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Step the left foot back, drop the left knee. Ashvasana Shalanasana, our low lunge. Palms to the mat, right foot back to plank or modified plank. Drop knees, chest and chin. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Last breath. Inhale, step the left foot forward, drop the right knee, lift the chest. Right foot meets the left, Uttanasana. Palms together, rise up. Hands at heart center. Now let's step the right foot back. So we're coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Keep the hands on the hips, and we'll begin to fold forward. Chest first, trying to find that flat back. Stay here a moment in the flat back. And then release the head down towards the mat. The hands can come directly beneath the shoulders, or you can reach the hands on the outside of the feet. Close the eyes. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings, the inner thighs. Find your anchor points, that spot of concentration, whether that be at the third eye, between the brow line, or on the breath. Preparing to release, bring the hands back to the hips, and we'll find that flat back as we lift the chest up. Come back to the front of the mat. We're going to find a chair pose. So the hands are out in front of us, palms down. The feet can be together or hips width apart. And we're going to sit down into our imaginary chair. So we're not tucking the tailbone or sticking the butt out, but we're keeping the spine neutral here. The shoulders are away from the ears, and when you gaze down, make sure you can see your toes. Pull the belly button to the spine. Holding here, one more breath. Now inhale, lift the arms up. We're going to interlace the fingers so the palms are out. Lift them above the head. Inhale, exhale to the left. Inhale, center, exhale to the right. Inhale, center, exhale, left. Once more, inhale, center, exhale, right. Inhale, back to center. Cactus the arms down, open the chest, squeeze the shoulders together. Maybe you lift the palms up and gaze to the ceiling. Press the hips forward, you have a mini back bend. Inhale, back, exhale, release the arms to the outside of the legs. Close the eyes, take one clearing breath here. Exhale, release all fatigue. Come back to the top of the mat. Bring the hands together, Pranamasana. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the palms to the mat. Step back to plank or modified plank. You can go through knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, half push-up. Up dog with the knees off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember, child's pose is always an option. Now we'll step the left foot forward, beside the left thumb, drop the right knee, top of the right foot to the mat. Preparing for Kapiasana pose. We're going to lift up. So you can leave the hands here interlaced on top of the thigh and press the hips forward. So this might feel nice, staying right here, press into the top of the back foot. Or you can bring the hands to Kali Mudra, first finger and thumb are out, and lift the arms up. If you can, begin to bring the arms behind the head. Pull the belly button to the spine. Maybe you gaze up. The back glute is engaged. Our pose of devotion. Can you devote your practice to someone today? Release the hands to the chest, rise up out of the waist. Release the hands to the mat, curl the back toes under, plank. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. As you inhale, we'll step the right foot beside the right thumb. Drop the back knee, top of the back foot to the mat. Interlace the fingers and place them on the top of the thigh. So we're lifting the torso, and now press the hips forward. So it's almost like our pelvic area is reaching towards that heel. The left glute is engaged. Stay here. Bring the hands to Kali Mudra. Lift up for full Kapiasana pose. Gazes forward, or maybe you look to the ceiling. Bring the hands to heart center. Lift out of the waist, and we'll release the hands to plank. Stay here in plank for one breath. Now we'll drop the left knee and swing the left foot around. Drop the right heel, finding a Vasisthasana. So Vasisthasana modification with the knee down. Gaze up to the right hand, or you can release that right hand forward. Palm faces the mat. Feel a nice stretch through the whole right side body. Now use the right arm to lift the torso up. We'll release the right hand down, lift the left arm up, gaze under the left arm for gate pose. Release the left hand down, we'll find plank, and then we'll go to the right side. Drop the right knee down, swing the right foot around. Drop the left heel, lift the left arm up. Gaze to the left thumb, or begin to release the arm forward, palm down. Vasisthasana variation. Find your breath. Inhale, the left arm lifts you up. Release the left hand, lift the right arm, gaze under the right. Inhale up and exhale, release back to plank. Last chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Up dog or cobra. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Now begin to walk the hands back to the feet, Uttanasana. And bring the hands together, and we'll slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Lift the hands to the center of the chest. We'll do one balancing pose today. We'll do tree pose, opening up the hips, finding the resilience of a tree. So root down, imagine your tree roots on the left foot, holding you in place. Now come onto the toe of the right foot, open the hip, and then place the sole of the right foot anywhere along the leg, but avoiding the knee area. Find your balance. Pull the left hip in. Hands at the center of the chest. If you can, lift the arms up. Gaze to the ceiling. That's the last step. the most challenging on the balance. Now imagine you have the strength and resilience of a tree. Bring the hands back down, knee to the front, and release the right foot. Now ground deep into the right foot, spread the toes, come up onto the ball of the left foot, open the hip, and then place the sole of the left foot anywhere along the right inner thigh, or calf, or ankle. Hands at heart center. Once you have the balance, maybe you lift the arms overhead. Try to straighten the arms, press into the pinkies. Maybe you gaze up. Pin the right hip in, pressing the right leg into the left foot and the left foot into the thigh. Slowly release the arms, bring the knee forward, and release. So our next pose, we're going to be moving into a shoulder stand. So you have a few options here. If you have a block or books, you can bring them beside the mat. If you want to just take your legs up the wall, I'll show that as well. So we'll do a few options. We're going to come into a wide-legged chair pose. So our last chair, arms come out, fingertips release towards the mat. Bring the hips down. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we'll begin to release the hips. Use the arms to support you. If you want to go into supported shoulder stand, lift the hips, bring the block underneath the sacrum. The toes reach up towards the ceiling, and you can release the hands beside the body. Stay here. If you want to do legs up the wall, bring your mat to the wall, bring your hips against the wall, and then lift the feet. I love doing this one at the end of the day when my feet are tired. It feels so nice on the circulation. If you want to go into a full shoulder stand, you're probably already there because you know the pose, but we'll lift the hips up, toes go towards the back wall. We bring the hands on the low back, fingertips pointing up, and then we lift the feet all the way up. So the chest comes towards the chin. Wherever you are, close the eyes. Find your anchor point. Find your meditation. So when the mind begins to wander, bring it back to the breath. Maybe it's the third eye point between the eyebrows. And we're going to prepare to release. So if the legs are up the wall, begin to release the legs. If you have a block, lift the hips, remove the block. And if you are in full shoulder stand, slowly begin to release the back down to the mat. We're going to find Navasana, quick Navasana, working our abdomen. The shins are parallel to the mat. The chest is up. You can leave the hands underneath the thighs or bring the arms out. Palms face one another. Bring the shoulders down. Pull the belly button in. Now we'll exhale to a low boat. We'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Release the body. Close the eyes, Shavasana. One breath. Open the eyes, inhale, sit the body up, We're going to find a forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So I like to bend my knees a lot here. If you're really loose in the hamstring and low back, you can begin to straighten the legs. If you're tight like me, bend the knees as much as you need to. So we'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. So we want to lay the chest on the thighs, just like in Uttanasana, our standing forward fold. Feel the crown of the head reach to the toes. So the hands can rest on the shins, around the heels. If you're really flexible and the legs are all the way down to the ground, you can place the hands on the feet, on the soles of the feet. Maybe you bring your elbows down to the mat. Maybe not. Just close the eyes. Focus between the eyebrows. Preparing to come out, gaze at the toes, and then we'll inhale the arms up. We're going to find our way onto our bellies. So maybe you come into plank pose first and lower down. Maybe you just arrive on the belly. The tops of the feet are on the mat. We're going to do rolling cobras for our back bends today. Forehead to the mat, hands beside the chest. Pull the elbows into the side body. Squeeze the shoulders together slightly. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Release one ear to the mat. Release the arms. Close the eyes. One breath. Now we'll roll onto the back. One bridge or wheel, your choice. Heels to the hips will all start out the same. Hands beside the feet. Palms down. Inhale, lift the hips. So the chest again comes to the chin. And the chin lifts to the ceiling. Gaze up. If you want to go into wheel, the hands come beside the head. Inhale, lift up. Wherever you are, hold. Keep breathing. Now we'll slowly release. If you're in wheel, tuck the head. And then release the back, one vertebrae at a time. Walk the feet to the outside edges of the mat and knock the knees together. Now, if the back allows, pull the knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. And then we'll bring the legs at 90-degree angles and begin to drop them to the left, finding our spinal twist. The arms come out to a T or goalpost. Drop the right ear to the mat. Inhale the knees to center. Drop them to the right. Bring the left ear to the mat. Inhale, bring the knees to the chest. One more squeeze, and then we'll release to Shavasana. So we'll do a quick Shavasana today. Total relaxation. Close the eyes, the palms face up. Relax the entire body. Relax the hands and the arms and the shoulders, the feet, the legs and the hips. Relax the back. Relax the chest and belly. Relax the face and scalp, the jaw, tongue, and the eyes. Let them sink deep into the sockets. Leave the body here to rest. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, making small movements with the legs and the arms. Bend the knees and slowly rise up to a seated position. Tall spine, hands can be at heart center or relaxing on the legs. We'll close together with one community breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Let all beings everywhere be happy and free. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.